Okay, with our text, when Grandpa was young, which I'm displaying up here, it shows a picture of some boys from long ago playing in the street. On the back, it shows the grandfather having a picnic with the younger members of his family.
That's good.
I want you to turn and talk to your partner, and I want you to discuss one thing that you hope to learn about older people's lives, what their life was like when they were younger. Okay? Turn and talk for 1 minute.
Is Sean your partner? Okay, so tell me, what are we doing? Are we talking about one thing? What is the direction? That what? Okay, so a question that you might have for Grandpa. Okay, what else do you think you might have done? A question that I have when he was young is, I want to know what are they writing on?
Transportation.
I want to know, what did they play with? Because that looks like a silly toy, right? I've never done a toy like that. It almost maybe looks like kind of like a wagon type thing. What else do you have?
Okay, so like you were interested in knowing what year it was when he was younger. Okay, that's a good question.
Look at that car. Have you ever seen a car like that? So you might, what other question could you ask?
Transportation. What kind of cars do they have? That's a good question. Class.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use Team Shake to call on one person to share something that they'd like to learn about an older person's life when they were younger. Jordan. I'm recording.
Oh my God, sorry. I moved it because they were looking at it. They were like playing around with it. Okay. Turn your body.
Okay. There we go. All right, sorry, Jordan. Can you share?
What he used to do when he was young.
What did he do like for fun when he was young? Okay, good question. That would be interesting to know. Angelina? How did they go to school? Like, how did they get there? Yeah, how did they get there? What was their transportation? I'll take one more. Victor?
That the front cover looks like they're trying not to be fast.
But did you have a question about, like, or did you have something that you wanted to learn? Or something you wanted to find out?
That he will be even older when he grows up.
What was one thing that you want to find out from the book? So you talked about the cover of the book. Let me project that. The cover of the book shows them, it looks like they're doing some kind of race in the street. So you said there was something you wanted to know about the race in the street?
It sounds like they have rats. That is gonna ride on them.
Okay. All right. So how they're going to ride on them? Okay. I think that's the last one that I'll take. And we can do our reading of the story. Oh, I'll keep it up here so that you can actually use the screen to get a better look at
Turn around.
the details in these pictures. Okay, When Grandpa Was Young by Heather Hammonds. You can see it pretty well. We're going to start with the first page, Our Grandpa. My sister and I visit our grandpa every week. Grandpa plays games with us and reads us stories. Sometimes Grandpa tells us what the world was like when he was young. Grandpa was born in 1934. That was a very long time ago. Some things were very different when Grandpa was young, but some things haven't changed. Okay, turn and talk to your partner about one thing you already know that was different from what we've learned about long ago.
Hey, we both have a bracelet. Red and red.
What is something that hasn't changed since he was younger?
That a long time ago that he never well, right now he never plays games with me
That his games were different?
Yeah.
Okay. April, what do you think?
Because a long time ago he used to play like
That's a good
stuff, but now he can only play like video games.
Okay, so April?
The thing that he never changed was
I'm sorry.
that they have
Okay, they like to visit with their
family.
Class.
Yes.
So April, you'll share first next time.
What's one thing we already know, April?
Well, you can share what Sean said.
Great.
Sometime. I'm just trying to remind her.
Oh, I know, but she should listen. She should know.
Long ago, he was just playing like things that didn't work. Now he's playing like video games.
Okay, so now we play video games, but long ago they didn't have video games. What did you say they played long ago? What did you say
Like
in the beginning?
sports.
Just played sports and played with toys, not video games. Show me with your connection symbol if you said something kind of like that about electronics. Okay, let's keep reading and see what else we can find out.
Whoa.
Now, as I read through this part, I want you to show me a thumbs up if you find something, if you hear something that's different from our life today. And you can show me a connection symbol if you hear something that is similar to our life, okay? Oh, keep it in. Around the house. When Grandpa was young, most children helped their parents around the house. Okay, I have a connection to that. I see other people making connection symbols. Boys washed the family car with their fathers. Girls helped their mothers in the kitchen. The kitchen stove was heated with coal and wood. My sister and I help our parents too. My sister washes our family car. I help Dad in the kitchen. Our stove is heated with gas. Okay, so that's something that was different from back in the day when they used coal and wood. Sometimes we use the microwave oven. Did they have a microwave oven? Did they say anything about that here? No, so that was another thing that's different.
A long time ago, they
School days. When Grandpa was young, brothers and sisters often went to the same school. Wow, can you guys imagine you and your older brothers and sisters that are in middle school or high school just all being in one building together? Younger children wrote with pencils. Older children wrote with special pens dipped in ink. Each desk had an ink well in it to hold the ink. So I'm going to zoom in on that so you can see what that special pen looked like. So they would dip it in the ink well, and then they'd write, and then the ink would dry up a little bit, and they had to dip it in the ink well again. Yes, Elena, is it a question or a comment?
Question.
Okay.
Like, isn't the ink well supposed to be upside down? Because, like, the ink will fall out. Or is that how it's supposed to be?
I think that's how it goes. Yeah. Like that.
So you just dip it in the
tiny
hole?
part at the top. Yep, in the hole.
Because that's how a brush should be.
My sister and I go to the same school too. We write with ballpoint pens. Okay, I have a connection to that. We do not need inkwells. Ballpoint pens are like the pens that you click. You click the back and it comes on, and then you click it and it kind of turns the pen off or closes the pen. Like a click pen, yeah, exactly. Outdoor fun. When Grandpa was young, most children liked to play outdoors with their friends. They built go-karts out of old wooden boxes. They had go-kart races. Okay, so Victor,
Connection.
learned what you were hoping to learn from the book. You said you wanted to learn about what they were doing on the cover. So they like to have go-kart races out of old wooden boxes. My sister and I like to play outdoors with our friends too. Sometimes we wear our inline skates. We have races.
Downhill, I'm not sure that'll be a good idea.
Indoor fun. When Grandpa was young, there were no televisions, computers, or computer games. These machines had not been invented yet. Can you imagine a life without your computer games? No TV, no computer? Question or comment?
A connection, because that's what I wanted to learn about. How they didn't watch
Okay, so that was what you wanted to learn? Great.
Oh.
So you could show me that quietly with our connection symbol.
If my parents were here, they would show a connection.
Keep it in. Don't blur. Raise your hand. My sister and I like to watch our favorite television shows. Sometimes we do our homework on the computer or play computer games. So definitely something different than what we just read on the other page.
Can you?
You want me to zoom out a little bit so you can see the picture? Time to read. When Grandpa was young, will you shut the door, Pal? Pal, will you shut that door? Thank you. Time to read. When Grandpa was young, many children loved to read. Each week, boys and girls bought their favorite comics. They also had lots of books. Show me with your connection symbol if you like to read books or comics.
I like to read comics.
My sister and I love to read, too. We read some of the books that Grandpa read. Many of our favorite books were not written when Grandpa was young. Favorite toys. When Grandpa was young, there were no plastic toys. Most toys were made from metal or wood. Many boys had toy cars, trucks, and trains. But boys today still have cars, trucks, and trains, right?
And toy guns.
They're just made from, most of my toys are made from plastic. I like to play with my dinosaurs and my pocket computer games. So like a Game Boy.
I have a Game Boy.
Oh, so show me with your connection symbol. Thank you for showing me. Okay. Many girls like to play with dolls. The dolls were made from china and cloth. Our favorite toys were rocking horses. So here they are on their rocking horses. My sister likes to play with her dolls too. They're made from plastic and cloth. So there's her Barbie over there in the corner in her cloth.
My sister has a Barbie.
Her favorite toy is her robot pet.
I have one.
Special outings. When Grandpa was young, many children liked to go to the movies. Their favorite movies were westerns. Westerns were like old cowboy movies that were in black and white. Oh, show me your connection silently. Many of the movies were made in black and white. Picnics in the park were also fun. My sister and I like to go to the movies too. Our favorite movies are animated movies. These movies have many special effects. We also have picnics in the park. That's fun. Food for a treat. When Grandpa was young, there were no fast food restaurants. Most food was cooked at home. Sometimes families went to a restaurant for a treat. Many children like to buy ice cream at the corner store. Just raise your hand and show me if you go out to eat or to fast food like once a week. Almost everybody.
No, I go.
I said almost everybody. Hands down. So can you imagine if...
No, I always go.
Oh, Sean, can you imagine if going out to a restaurant like that was just a special treat that you only did like every once in a blue moon and you only ate your meals at home? That'd be a whole different life, wouldn't it? My sister and I love going to eat at restaurants too. We go to restaurants with our parents for a treat. We like ice cream cones too. Sometimes Grandpa buys us one. Oh, ice cream with Grandma and Grandpa. Those are the days. Did you know? Okay, this is a Did You Know page. So if you haven't had what you wanted to learn answered yet, you might in this Did You Know section. The first teddy bears were made around 100 years ago. They were named after an American president. Do you guys know which president? They had teddy bears. Oh, think if it's called a teddy bear, they were named after Teddy Roosevelt. Put your finger on your nose if you've heard of Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, some few people.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
These wooden nesting dolls come from Russia. These dolls have been around for hundreds of years. So those little wooden dolls, you put this
Okay, yeah, that's time to creep me out.
You put the smaller one inside this one, and then that goes inside that one, and so forth, and so on. So I see some of you guys have seen those before.
Oh, can you please turn the page? Can you please turn the page?
Just a second, Sean. Okay, next page. Bicycles were first made in the early 1800s. Over the years, different styles appeared, including one entirely made of wood. Since the 1920s, bikes have become more affordable and are now enjoyed by children all over the world. Okay, and that is the end of our story. You guys, I'll wait. We are going to have a special, very important, or VIP guest joining us tomorrow. Her name is Mrs. Janice Fitzgerald, and she is my grandmother. So she is going to be visiting our class so that we can interview her.
Tomorrow?
So if your question that you wanted to learn about older people's lives, Sean, if your question that you wanted to know about what older people's lives were like back in the day, if you didn't get an answer from this book, you could probably get an answer from my grandma. And if you came up with other questions while we were reading, those would be great to share with her too. But when my grandma comes, just a second, I want us to treat her really special because she's kind of like our guest of honor. So have any of you guys ever seen how guests are treated on like a talk show? Whenever someone comes in on the talk show and they interview them, like a famous person, they treat them pretty special. So I'm going to show an example of that for a video for you guys.
Just like Justin Bieber.
So that you can see kind of how an interview goes.
Miss Funny, like, is your grandma the actual Ella Fitzgerald? Ella Fitzgerald?
No, her name is Janice Fitzgerald, not Ella Fitzgerald, but they do have the same last name.
Is she coming tomorrow?
She's coming tomorrow.
What time? I have an Aunt Cheryl. What time is Biden? Mommy, can I get my stomach keep
Yes, you may.
What time?
We are going to talk about it a little bit more after our video, so just stay with me, friends.
I'm staying with you. Was it the one that we recorded or not? Oh, no. My leg hurts.
Sean.
Magic school bus. It's the magic school bus.
Okay.
Magic school bus.
All right, I will play the video when everyone is seated and everyone is quiet. Leonie, please put that down and sit down. Thank you. You may turn off the light, Deanne. We're not going to watch the whole video, but I want you to pay close attention to the types of questions that Ellen, the talk show host, asks this special guests. And I want you to pay attention to how this special guest is treated so that we'll know how to treat our special guest.
You're gonna be a spy? Hi, baby. Cruise back in the game. Gadgets, weapons, and awesome! You really gonna save the world?
Ian, thank you for fixing your problem.
Hi, Emily. That's the guy from Conehead.
That's Prue from Despicable Me. Yep, so in real life. Let's watch.
Seriously, he does look like the guy from Conehead. Like, then just a lie. That's up to his head. What's up, Conehead? What's up, Conehead?
I think this is the first time we've met. We've never met before. I don't believe it is. Although one time I stood behind you in the Starbucks. Is that right? Yes, you ordered the latte.
That was me. You remember. Well, it's good to have you here.
gonna
Is
skip
he really
just
like
a tiny bit.
Is he really like that?
Don't push this topic.
This is your first time in LA?
Yes, except for the tiny Starbucks.
I didn't know what Starbucks
I
was.
came all the way here because they don't have good Starbucks in Albuquerque.
And what?
Albuquerque.
So mad. I'm going to destroy your chair.
How are your 3 daughters?
They are delightful. Except the oldest one is a little bit too old for my liking. She's starting to be interested in boys. Which I don't like very much. There's one boy in particular that she likes, and all I want to do is kill him.
But why?
Why? Well, because he's not good enough. None of the boys will love or be good enough for Marco.
You're overprotective.
I wouldn't say that. I just like to kill them. This is such a fun show.
Is that how he looks like in real life?
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this. I know you're a single dad, so you're a single man, right?
I am a single man.
He's single. So
All right, we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but you could see she asked him some questions, and the crowd was very cheerful and friendly and welcoming. So now what I want is for, oh wait.
Is he real?
I'm going to wait for the blurting to stop. Jocelyn, will you please turn both the lights back on? And then I am going to have you guys go back to your desks. You may get your snack now.
One of those? Can I find one of those? I see you. I didn't see myself.
When you're sitting at your seat, I can pass out your snack.
I don't think I need in the camera.
Friends,
Is this sound?
Okay, I'll take it.
I need everyone in their seats in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, thank you.
Somebody open this one up.
Oh, ask somebody near you.
I am going to pass around a KWL chart. A KWL chart.
That's on my mom.
I'll wait. A KWL chart. Okay, I'm just gonna.